Good evening, one and all. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. That is my ham radio call sign, VA3IMW. My name is Mac, Mike Alpha Charlie, and we're situated in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Rapidly approaching 8 p.m. local time on Friday, May 1st. Happy May Day. And we're going to be monitoring the VE3 ZOE repeater starting 8 o'clock for the Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Net controller tonight will be none other than VE3LBI, our very own Larry, situated on the East Mountain here in Hamilton. So we're waiting for 8 o'clock to roll around, and there's a couple of rag chewers on the repeater right now that will probably be standing by. So let's turn up the volume and we'll pick it up. There you go, Larry. It's all yours.
I should ask if this frequency is in use. Welcome everyone, Friday night ZOE Ragchew 443.075. Has a plus offset, no toners required. My call sign, Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India. My first name is Larry and I'm located East Hamilton Mountain. It's an open net to join the conversation. Please give us your call sign and your name. Tell us about yourself, your equipment, what you'd like to add to the conversation. But before we start, I'd like to thank Terry VE3IQL for the use of that repeater. And please remember we're using a repeater, so no religion, politics, or foul language. And last but not least, please let the repeater drop in between our conversation so others can get in. Can I get check-ins? Friday night, 30 Rag 2. Come on in, VE3LBI. Come on, I need a brave soul.
Victor Echo 3, every kind of junk.
Victor Echo 3 India, uniform kilowatt.
A pair of bills to start with. That's not bad. You're on your way to full house. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango.
I got 4 so far, BKJ, IUK, IMW, BT. Any other check-ins? Come on in, VE3LBI. I did get a note from Chuck, not sure if he's going to check in tonight or not. Anyways, Mac, thanks for putting this on YouTube. Don't forget, folks, don't check the like and subscribe. And then also look up VA3IMW, look for the live button to find Mac's YouTube channel. Anyways, any other check-ins? Friday night, 30 Rag 2. Come on in, VE3LBI.
Good evening, Wayne. VA3FMB.
Well, all right, we'll start it off. I had a pleasant day today. Mac went shopping, only bought 4 items. Unbelievable. And we got a phone call to pick up the grandson. So I spent a heavy afternoon playing Go Fish. So it's been a long time since I played that, but that was my afternoon with my grandson. Of course, he beat me 2 out of 3. Anyways, Bill, you're up. VE3EKJ. Come on in, VE3LBI.
Oh, you brought back a memory there, Larry. When I was a wee little feller back home in Nova Scotia, my grandfather at the time, who I had christened Granny Pop at the time, I don't know why, but as I say, I was a wee little fella, and could have been 5 years old. And for lack of any partners, he was teaching me how to play cribbage. And I did think I beat him a couple of times, but it took a while before I realized that he was often cheating, stick handling. And I would catch him at it. And looking back at it after all these years, like I was a grown man and he had already passed on, and before I realized that he had done it for the fun of it, he wanted me to catch him. Back to you.
That was my game. I love playing crib, and good card game. What else we used to play? I can't remember the other card game we used to play, all of them. Anyways, crib was always my favorite. Can't peg out in your stink hole, though. You can peg it out if you're in the stink hole. Or getting a 29 hand when you're in the stink hole and can't count it.
I never had a 29 hand.
Just quickly, Larry, I was in the stick hole. That's the only 29 hand I ever had, and I couldn't count it.
Yeah, that used to be the way. Can't peg out in the stick hole. I have seen 129 hand in my life, and my neighbor had it. I've never had one come close. Made some good counts. Made some bad counts too. But I always liked crib. That was always a lot of fun. And of course, sometimes you play the four-handed crib, which was always fun too. The worst was three-handed. Anyways, anything else, Bill? EKJ, before I pass it down to Bill.
Well, a little bit of history. IUK and my friend IUW, Joe, and I had a delightful dinner out at breakfast. It was good enough to be a dinner out at Cougars around the corner here from me on the north end. And then we ran Bill and his old boat anchor Hammerland HQ 129 receiver. Finally got it back to him. And that was a lot of fun. Bill, I got to meet your dogs again. They're cute little buggers. They really are. So I most thoroughly enjoyed that. And now I'm looking for other projects, but I'm knee deep in them, so I don't think that's going to be a problem, Larry.
Well, I did hear that you got Bill IUK's radio back to him and all set up, so I don't know how much he's tried it or what he's actually done with it, but I'm sure he's quite appreciative of that.
Well, it's the romance of those old things for some of us. And again, we're old things ourselves. But I'm always amazed, when I work on those old things, that the only real difference in actual performance between them and the modern rig is the weight and the size. And modern stuff with digital tricks, has all sorts of bells and whistles going off. But if you're simply looking for a receiver, how selective is it and how sensitive is it? I'd stack that Hammerland up against anything modern. And just maybe not so good for a POTA rig, but, what else can I say?
Well, I know that the 746 Pro that I bought off of Garnett, that could be used as a mobile, but I think you would have needed a spare seat for it.
That reminds me of one of my high school girlfriends, Larry.
Well, we'll talk about that later in the back seat.
I wasn't thinking of that. I was just thinking more of the fact that she needed an extra seat all for herself.
Okay, Bill. I need to pick up the other Bill here. VE3UK, come on in, VE3LBI.
Yeah, VE3LBI, VE3IUK, good evening to everyone else. Yeah, it was nice to get the Hamlin back. I haven't got it hooked up yet. I've ordered a heavy duty shelf to go alongside the desk here, so I can get some of the equipment off the desk so I'll have room for the Hamlin. So we're going to get it up onto the desk, and I'll pull some other stuff off onto this heavy duty shelf that I ordered off of Amazon. But yeah, we got it back, and we're very appreciative of that. Bill was even gracious enough, I guess, to find the manual somewhere online and printed out the manual and put it in a folder for me. So we even have that as well. As far as HF, haven't done too much lately. Between the noise level, and I don't know if having this antenna wire running through the screen is causing problems, but I'm just not hearing the stuff that I used to hear, especially on 20 meters. So I think we need to do some of that eventually. But it was just a matter of getting the screen back into the window and for the upcoming season. But that's something we'll deal with later. The only thing I can think of is Wade and I are possibly looking at doing an activation tomorrow somewhere in Dundas. Other than that, Larry, that's about it. Thanks a lot for doing that, and we'll turn it back to you.
Yeah, Bill, be honest with you, I don't think the conditions have been that good. The noise is horrendous. The QSB is about as bad. I talked to an operator yesterday, I guess it was, and he was saying people are like 5-9 in 1 minute, and the next thing you know, they're down to 5-0. He says you really got to catch them in between. I always find the same thing. Noise-wise, I have a high noise myself here, and I don't know exactly. It's nothing. Let's put it this way. It seems to be the band. Nothing to do with anything around. It's just the normal signals that I'm used to hearing, especially down south, way down south, Florida. Not too much California way, but Texas, Wyoming, all that. It's really, really come down and very hard to pick up the conversation. Again, it could be QSB or I can't put my finger on it, Bill. They're just really tough to pick up.
Okay, well, maybe I'll wait a while, but still like to look at a different configuration. But for now, at least the antenna's up. Well, maybe I'll wait for a while and see, because still not doing too bad on 40 meters, though, but just not doing as well as I had been in the past on the other bands, so I was just a bit concerned. But anyway, I know that once Steve gets his mom settled, he said he's going to come down with Nano VNA, and we'll just put it on there and just see how far away from I am from being resident, just to make sure of that. But anyways, I'm appreciative of all the help, that's for sure. But maybe I should say it is conditions of fear, because I know the other night yesterday or the day before, Georgia usually comes in here like gangbusters, and I worked 2 stations in Georgia the other day, and they were barely 5-6, and usually like they're 5-9 plus here. So you're right, maybe it is conditions. Anyways, I better not hold it. I'll turn it back to you, and you can get some more check-ins. Thanks a lot, Larry.
The conditions, Bill, VA3CP. There you go. That was Dave in there saying the same thing. So, and while I got the microphone keyed up there, we'll say hello to Wayne out there too. Where is this call? I missed it. Oh, that was VA3FMB. I had it written down here. So, anyway, say hi to him. And looks like Wade's going to try to get in. He's busy for a few minutes. He's going to try to get to the radio. So, all right. I'll mark you in here, Dave, too. Anything else, Bill, before I pass it down?
No, I'm good. Thanks a lot, Larry.
All right, up next, VA3IMW ZOE How was your day today there, Mac?
Just a usual workaday Friday. Other than a little interaction with Bill. Bill number 3. There you go. We're really moving towards the full house. So I was communicating with VE3MRX today. He's got a ICOM 7000 that he's trying to unload. So kind of looks like I'm the willing purchaser. So I'm going to pop out and visit him tomorrow morning and pick that unit up. So kind of enthused to bring that home. Another shack in the box, so it's right up there with the 857, nice compact unit, pretty much bulletproof for all I've read about them. They've got a really good reputation, so I'm looking forward to bringing that home and adding it to the arsenal. Other than that, highway up and down from Guelph. No big issues. Did get a weather alert on my phone. Turns out to be Colorado and that kind of stuff. I guess they're still looking at winter storm warnings and all kinds of stuff there. But we're actually in a situation where they're calling for frost warnings overnight. So I hope you and nobody was foolish enough to plant tomatoes this early. But yeah, we are into May. It's all over. Happy May Day to one and all. Tomorrow's also a special day, and goodness gracious, Tuesday, May the 4th be with you? No, that's the 5th. Yeah, we're going to be having tacos on Tuesday to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Everything to do with food is always fun. Anyways, good to hear that Albert's also home for the weekend. Um, I guess the real thing that's totally unusual is that bill number 2 was early for the net, and he was your number 1 check-in. I don't think that'll ever happen again. Anyways, at the fear of timing things out, if I haven't already.
Nope, you made it, and I put a special star right beside EKJ's name there, just to mark it down, so I got it on the books here.
Very good, very good. And VA3FMB also checked in on YouTube. I think you've acknowledged him there in the chat. Trust he's recovering from his case of shingles. And yes, I already asked him about the joke about the Home Depot guy with a case of shingles. Hope it's not too soon. Anyways, I'll throw it back to you, and I'm along for the ride, as you can well imagine.
Oh, but you mentioned last night, but I might as well finish up. So what happened with your exhaust leak? Were they able to capture it pretty quick?
Oh, yes. Virtually painless. They had it wrapped up in a couple of hours, and yeah, I dropped it off, and it's sinful how close it is, right? So it's maybe 1.5 industrial complexes away from my plant. So he's going to be my go-to guy. He says I could do this, I could do that, but we don't want to open this up because it's another can of worms. But the exhaust leak, we can fix that up rather quickly. So up and down the road, no additional signs of odors in the cab. So one satisfied customer right here.
So what was the actual solution then, Max? What happened?
Well, I guess somewhere in the areas leading to or from the catalytic converters, there had been pipe. The pipe had burned through, and they were able to put in sleeves and weld them in place in order to seal everything up. So not a case of having to replace cats or anything like that. So yeah, these guys are well renowned for doing what is necessary and not overcharging or upselling for additional repairs that can, may not be totally necessary, but if you went to a dealership, my goodness gracious, they would rub their hands together so fast there would be sparks flying. But no, good guy. And I'll be keeping him in mind for any future things that I don't want to get my hands dirty with.
Oh, okay, very good. I know my daughter ran into a problem with an exhaust leak. She actually took it down to Zorro. And they looked at it and said, well, we may have to change the pipe, but he told her, come back tomorrow. There's a fellow that does a lot of this, I guess we don't call it off-the-cuff stuff, whatever, and let him have a look at it. So she took it back down to him the next day. He looked at it, he says, oh yeah, no, he says, I can fix that. And basically he did the same thing. He put some type of sleeve on it, and then welded it on in place of it where the exhaust leak was. But her car's got a lot of miles on it. She was driving back and forth. Appleby, I think it was. Yeah, well, Appleby and also Brant Street, back and forth for I don't know how many years. So the vehicle owes her nothing, although you want to keep it running. But they were able to repair it for a really reasonable cost.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. The truck's got about 260,000 K on it. So there's no sense in me trying to remarket it. Nobody else is going to get as much use out of it as I am. So I may just keep on keeping on. And if I can do minor repairs as necessary to keep it going until something major goes kablooey, then that's probably the right thing to do for me, anyways. And I am chalking up quite a bit of miles. So what am I? 65 kilometers each way? That's 130 a day, 5 days a week. Add that up over effectively 47 weeks out of the year, something like that. Anyways, so yeah, I might as well just keep on chalking up the miles on it and wait until something falls off that can't be put back on.
Yep, no, I hear what you're saying. Yep, it comes to the crunch time where you look at it and all of a sudden it goes, this thing's really, and they start to nickel and dime me to death, and it's time to do something else about it. So that's what happened to my pickup truck. And yeah, like I say, the cancer, and it wasn't worth fixing. It was an older model. Like I said, the motor was good, but it had terrible cancer. And it was like, okay, no more time to, take it into the shop and get it repaired. Not worth the cost. So, anyways, Mac, anything else before I press it down to Al next?
No, yeah, I'll keep scratching my cranium and think of other things to talk about. But yeah, I'm just kind of chuckling to myself about having bill number 2 being your first check-in. That's totally awesome. Anyways, thanks for doing this one. As I said, I'm along for the ride.
Okay, thanks, Mac. All right, VA3BT, VE3LBI. Come on in, Al.
Hi, good evening, Larry, and everybody on frequency. Thank God it's Friday. Really not a whole much on my end here. Just been busy up in Barrie. Trying to wrap up this job here, but like I said, I'll probably be there till end of July and wrapping it up, but that's okay. So it keeps us out of trouble anyways. Other than that, no radio on my end. Like I said, no radio up there, so I got a little handy talkie. I could talk to the local guys. They usually have a net, I think it's Mondays. I can't remember, but they have a net there. I've checked in it a couple times. There's not bad. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot. We'll hand it back over to you, VA3BT.
How is the project coming up there, Al? Have you got any more done with the pavement around it, or asphalt or stuff?
I just finished up the curbs, finished up sidewalks. We're got to get all the grading done for the landscaped areas first before they do the base coat and top coat of the asphalt. So the asphalt will be the last thing. And then landscapers will come and do their thing and then fence around the property. So yeah, well, right now with the weather, it's not really helping us a lot with all that rain too, right?
No, that's for sure. I mean, I know you guys got more rain up there than we got down here. As a matter of fact, we dodged quite a bit of it. Some of the storms they talked about, I was looking on the map, and it was more northerly, and we did miss a lot of it. So I'm sure you got some, I would say flooding, but some puddles up there anyways.
Oh yeah, a little wet. It's wet as usual.
Yeah, I looked at some of the videos of some of the Huntsville, Lake Bays, where else did I see? Barry's Bay, and the amount of flooding they got in there. Some of it was quite catastrophic.
Yeah, further north there's a lot of flooding going on right now. Where my mom's cottage is up in Halliburton, there's been a lot of flooding going on there. I think my son was up there on the weekend just passed, and he said the river rose a lot. So I think the week before that, a lot of roads were closed up there.
Wouldn't surprise me at all, especially, well, from what I remember, where your mom's cottage sits is quite high up on a hill with quite a drop down to the river, so you wouldn't have to worry about it getting up to the cottage area.
No, that's for sure. It just washes out the down at the bottom where the river is. Just what erodes, just starts eroding the sides a little bit more, but no, it would never reach the cottage.
No, so she's safe that way. But yeah, anyways, they've had quite a mess up there. So like I said, I've been watching some of the videos on it. There was one with the mayor was talking about it, and he was basically standing. He said about 6 inches of water in his rubber boots, and how much it had come up inside the town, actually into the town.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I've been talking to the locals in Barrie there, and a lot of guys up, they head up north there, further up there, and yeah, they've been telling me about it.
Yeah. Anything else, Al?
No, not much more here. We'll be listening along to the rest of the net here, VA3BT.
Okay, very good. Next up, VA3CP, VE3LBI. Come on in, Dave.
Good evening, Larry, and Lynette, VA3CP. I got a couple of questions. First one is for Al. Al, is that the building in Innisfil that's got DSV on the northern corner?
The one I'm building?
Yes.
No, I'm building right in Barrie, right on Dunlop, just off Dunlop, which is west of the 400.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the building I was looking at. There's a pretty new building, still under construction. It looks like just around the Innisfil area, or just north of Innisfil Road.
Yeah, I know which one. That Broccolini's doing that one. I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So much for me thinking that might have been the one. All right. And Mac, question: are you going to Bill's house, or are you meeting him?
I am meeting him.
Okay. Good. All right. Just going to give you a little advice about the traffic on Bronny Street. But if you're meeting him, that works out well. Okay. Good. All right. As far as things go here, we had a train meeting this afternoon, Niagara group down on Thorold, and right after the meeting ended at 4 o'clock, I whistled down around the corner on Ormond Street to the Battle of Beaver Dams National Historic Site and did an activation there. I did 40 meters phone and 20 meters phone, total of 20 contacts. So, but band conditions were, this is for Bill, IUK's benefit, band conditions were lousy. I had an awful time hearing a lot of those call signs, even though it didn't have a lot of noise. So I had my ear right up against the speaker and I put my headset on. It was not easy. And I have found it's been like that for the last couple of weeks. I think you have too, Larry. Back to you, VE3LBI, VA3CP.
Absolutely what you're saying, Dave. Yeah, so there you go, Bill, VE3UK. It's not just you, it's everybody. I'm sure Mac would probably concur to that too. The people you can hear. The ones you normally could hear, I mean, they're either there or not. And I'm sure, like I say, Mac would concur in the same thing. So, I mean, you have to wait for a good, strong signal before you can actually pick anybody up. And even at that, again today, one party I was working, I can't remember the guy's call sign offhand now. Same thing. He's right there, good audio, probably a 5.8, 5.7, 5.9. All of a sudden, next thing you know, barely hear the guy. And then he come right back up again, just like a wave.
I was experiencing that today.
What's that, David?
I said I was experiencing that QSB stuff today. I had a guy park to park. It was perfectly Q5, and when I went back to him, I couldn't understand him.
So there you go, VE3UK, VE3LBI.
Yeah, okay, so I'll have to wait. I'll just hang in there then, and hopefully conditions get better, and I'll have a better judgment of what's going on. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yep, not a problem. And I'm going to say hi to Mark there, too. I did say hi to Wayne, but I'm talking to Mark back and forth. VA3MHB asked me if he's feeling any better there with the shingles, and he says, yeah, he's getting along. So they can be miserable. I know a lady that, many years ago, when we lived in Upper Wentworth, the lady got shingles. The worst part was she got them inside her mouth. Talk about agony. Anyways, any other check-ins? Friday night, ZOE Ragchew. Come on in, VE3LBI.
VE3ZJC.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform. Okay, got a couple more there. I got ZJC and CEU. So we'll bring in Jason next. Jason, how things going with you? VE3LBI.
VE3 VA3LBI, VE3LBI, good evening Larry, and everybody else on net. Doing okay over here. Busy as usual. Not any radio to speak of for the past several days. Just trying to get everything in order. Signed my life away yesterday at the lawyers. So, yeah, balls are in motion, and we should get the keys next Wednesday.
So when is actually your date for picking or getting the new place? When is the actual date?
So we do our final walkthrough on Tuesday, or we should get the keys Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon, May 6th. There's a week and a half break in there where I've got contractors going in to do stuff, and then the actual moving date is the May 16th weekend.
I heard you mention also something you're doing with the septic system.
Yep, QSL, that's the work that should be starting on the 8th. So once I get the keys, they're slated to come in on the 8th, weather dependent, and excavate the old tank and put the new one in. Permits are all in place, ready to go. Everything is squared away. It's literally just weather at that point.
So will they leave in the old weeping tile at the same time, Jason, and just put a new tank in? Is that the idea?
Yeah, the leaching field is in good shape. It'll need a little bit of maintenance probably in the next couple of years, just a flush of the lines. There's some sand at the ends, but everything else checked out perfectly fine. No crushed pipes. All of the tea time on the soil was good, so it's in good condition. I don't have to worry about it.
I guess have you talked to you? You have to restart a septic system to start it to working again, right?
Yeah, there's stuff that they can add now to kind of kickstart it and get the bacteria going. I forget the actual name of the bacteria that lives in there to do the magic, but there's stuff that they can add to get the process going a heck of a lot faster.
Yep, that was one of the biggest things. I know when we lived out on Second Road East, we had a septic system. Ours was a little different. It was actually how it worked was it blew air into it. It ran for, I forgot how many hours, like 12 hours or something. And then what happened was it shut down. And basically then I don't think it pumped the fluids out. But they ran into the lines anyways. But there was because of the size of the lot, it was a different type of a septic system. It wasn't like the normal weeping tile where the system gets to a level and it just kind of flows out. This one was actually air generated, and then it shut down, like I say, and actually it did pump it out. There was lines out in the backyard, obviously to a certain level, and it would pump out into the lines that were in the backyard.
Yep, I did come across those in my research when I was getting into the new country lifestyle. Two separate tank, two-stage system. Not personally familiar with it, but understand the concept of it. The only other thing that I'm looking to do quickly after I get in is a couple of towers, at least one, off the building for UHF, VHF, and then a tilt over at the other side. So that's the only other radio-related stuff that I've got going, is keeping an eye on all of the marketplace stuff for towers and what do you call them, rotors and stuff like that.
You might want to get a hold of Garnett. He might have a couple of rotors kicking around. You never know with him. And it'd probably be the good ones too, like the kind of more of the top end. Now, do you have a separate garage there too from your building, or is it all kind of one? I have no idea, and that's why I'm asking.
So the main house has a two-car garage attached to it. At the opposite end of the house is where the
UHF, VHF vertical, and the HF vertical is going to go. And then out behind the property, or behind the house, is a workshop that's got a big bay door on it that you could drive a Mack truck through. And then a second one, which is just some storage. Right next to that is a giant shed that the sellers currently have a tractor parked in there because he's a contractor. Between the two buildings is a 3.5 foot, 4 foot gap, which is where I would look to put the base of the tilt over for an HF beam.
Well, if you get the opportunity and you feel like it and you want to, take some pictures, maybe throw it in Discord and we can have a look at it if you don't mind. And again, that's up to you entirely.
No, I could do that. I'll be up there, like I said, Tuesday for the walkthrough, so I could get some pictures up of what I'm working with. Or I may even have some of the winter pictures and the drone shots from the listing still available, so I could throw some of them up there so people could see what I'm talking about.
Okay, sounds good, Jason. All right, I got Thomas in there too waiting, so if you want to hang on for a minute there, we'll pick up Thomas. VE3CEU, come on in, Thomas.
Good evening, Larry, and that's VE3LBI. Yeah, it's been a nice day today. And I'm in Hamilton right now, sitting under the repeater, so you guys don't hear me crystal clear. So, yeah, this morning there, I did a little cycle ride. Man, it was cold. It's colder than I figured it would be. Wearing my jacket. So yeah. Anyways, other than that, not a lot going on. I'm still trying to fix the clutter in the basement there. I got a lot of stuff there, wires and all that crap. So yeah, and also too, the interesting thing is too, we filled up with gas here in Hamilton, and it's 11 cents cheaper than it is in Burlington.
Oh wow, I know it jumped up there. You're still saying we're going to hit $2 a gallon, or $2 a gallon. We have $2, yeah, $2 a liter. So, and the last I think I saw was about $1.84, $1.85. Did you hit some spots that was, you think, lower than the other spots in Thomas?
Yeah, I don't know. Usually what I do is I wait till the nighttime there, and I go to the Petro-Canada there and 12th line and QW there. And it's usually about 3 or 4 cents cheaper, better than nothing. But since my wife's here singing in Hamilton, it's worth filling up. I know I had just over a quarter of a tank, but you know what? I'm not gonna wait because it could go up again. So yeah. Other than that, Larry, not much else is going on this end for radio. I haven't really been doing a lot for the radio. I should be doing more shit like. But anyways, I'll pass it back to you there, Larry, and we'll be listening along.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Thomas. Thanks for coming in. All right. Any other check-ins? Friday night, ZOE Ragchew. Come on in. VE3LBI. I'm not sure what that was, but I didn't catch a call sign. You want to try again if you have a call sign?
GNC is kind of dial, eh?
Yep. Okay. Got you in there, Garnett. Go ahead.
Again, I'm not receiving the repeater very well tonight for some reason.
Are you on the repeater side or on the other side? I'm not sure. You got a bit of a noise coming in with your key up there too, Garnett. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, I just want to get a quick check-in, Larry, that's all.
Oh, okay, thanks, Garnett. Appreciate it. He's on direct. Yeah, is he on direct, you think? Garnett, you got the repeater offset set? VA3CP.
I do, yes.
Alright, for some reason, as soon as you drop the carrier, it drops immediately here, so almost says that you're on 448.075, not 443.075.
simplex.
Okay. It says positive when it comes up anyways.
Yeah, you're on direct anyway. I hear you well. All right. Back to you, Larry, VA3CP. Okay, well, I got him in the log, so no problem. All right, any other check-ins? Friday night, ZOE Ragchew. Come on in, VE3LBI. All right, Mac. I know you guys have been talking about it. I haven't heard too much, really. N1CC, end of the month or thereabouts for May. I heard ramblings and grumbling, but haven't heard anything really about dates or whereabouts or anything else. So has anybody got any more information? Maybe you, Mac, VE3MW, VE3LBI.
Well, yes, we do have 5 or 6 parks that are available. Probably really good candidates. I know that Steve and Mark were interested. There's a lot of other people that are waving their hands saying, yes, we'd love to go out and do that, although they've already got the N1CC award. Just the event seems to be enjoyable. The weekend that Steve and Mark are available is a basic no for Jason. So that's about all the feedback I have. I need about 4 minutes in order to pull together the event, but just would be nice to hear some more feedback from some additional folks as to which weekend, the last, second last, or third last weekend of May, and we can get things rolling from there. Yeah, without additional feedback, I'm kind of stuck in the mud on this one, and I appreciate you bringing that up. Back to you.
Yeah, okay, Mac. Well, the weekend of, I'm looking at the Fridays here. If I want to pick the Saturdays, is fine. Weekend, let's pick the Saturday. So the weekend of the 16th is actually May 24th weekend. That runs into Victoria Day on the 18th. The 23rd is a normal weekend, and the 30th is a normal weekend. So I'm not sure, has anybody mentioned preferably what weekend? For instance, Steve and Mark, when are they off? What weekend?
If I remember correctly, the weekend of the 23rd is when they're available. I may have it all backwards and upside down, but whatever weekend that Jason was not available was the weekend that they were. So I'm just going by memory, but I think Steve and Mark said they were available for the weekend of the 23rd. Yeah, that's kind of where it ends.
VE3IUK.
Go ahead, Bill. VE3IUK, VE3LBI.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was the other way around, that Jason was not available for the weekend of the 16th, but Mark and Steve were available for that weekend. That's the way I thought I had heard it.
Well, we have Jason in here, so why don't we ask him? VA3 ZJC, VE3LBI. What weekend was you tied up there with not available for the N1CC?
That would be the 16th, 17th, so the actual May 2-4 weekend. Saturday and Sunday is when I'm moving. If I try and run away and play radio, my wife is going to kill me. I did broach the subject with her of maybe disappearing on the holiday Monday to go play radio, and that's probably an okay idea if that was agreeable to everybody else. I am going to put out there, don't hold up this event on just me. If everybody else is ready to go on the Saturday or Sunday, don't worry about me. I got lots of time left to get this award.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I wrote you down, Jason, that you'll be available the 18th, but I have a little suggestion for you. If you want to keep your marriage, I wouldn't even bother that whole weekend doing anything other than just move.
Probably very sage advice, my friend.
I might have a few years advantage on you and marriage-wise, so it might be a good idea not to book that weekend other than just move.
Yep, QSL. I'll play it by ear, and whatever the wife says I'm allowed to do is what we'll consider doing. Anyway, I'll send it back to you and Mac on coordinating this sucker.
Okay, very good, Jason. So Jason is basically not available for the May 16th weekend. Does that ring a bell back to you, Mac, that maybe that Steve and Mark are off that weekend?
Well, I do recall firmly that whenever Jason was available, Steve and Mark were not. So I guess that paints the picture. And Bill number one has also confirmed my suspicions that I had it backwards.
I was hoping Mark was still in there, but he must have left. I asked if he was still listening because I thought maybe he could confirm. So, if I'm a guest in person, I would say that the weekend of the 15th again, or 16th, sorry, let's make it the Saturday, the 16th, they probably aren't available. The 23rd, you're probably not. But the 30th, I would think they probably are. I'm guessing at the way their schedule goes, and I could be 100% wrong. But I'm not sure what people's feelings are about doing it on the May 24th weekend or the long weekend. And again, what day?
VA3I UK.
Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, your logic is right there because from what I remember them saying, it's every other weekend they have off together, so that would jive.
So basically, depending on how we swing things together and how things are, I mean, it could be possible, Mark or Mac, that since Jason's not available the 16th, if you didn't do anything on the 23rd, but you did something on the 30th, everybody would be available, including Jason. Again, just a thought.
Yep. And this is me standing by for feedback from the crowd. Yeah, I'll scribble some stuff down on paper for whatever weekend everybody wants to play radio, and yeah, I'm sure that even if the groups are not going to be totally enthralled with it, there's going to be a lot of folks that are going to be out playing radio throughout those weekends. Everybody's scratching the itch to get out to the park and do the thing all over again. And I think we're still praying to the radio gods for some improved band conditions so that we can actually hear things rather than screaming in a vacuum. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And like I said, without feedback, I'm not sure how many times I've asked the same question during nets, and it's been 3 people that have basically said, I want, I don't want, I can do, I can't do. And then the others are the old timers that, yep, I've already got the award, but any weekend that's available, we'll be out there to support. So, not to say everybody's totally devoid of it, but perhaps we need to reach out to Steve and Mark again to re-verify whether May 16th, May 30th, those 2 weekends are part of their time off, and we'll plan accordingly.
Then I'll pass that back to Jason. If things worked out, May the 30th, Jason, probably more available than the 6th. Well, I would probably say, yes, more available than the 16th. VE3ZJC, VE3LBI.
Yeah, VE3LBI, VE3ZJC. Yep, absolutely. Starting the 16th, I'm on vacation for 3 weeks, so to get moved and settled anytime after the 16th, the long weekend, if we avoid it, I'm game to play.
Okay, no problem. So I guess everybody else, I don't know, let me see. Al, are you interested in doing VA3BT, VE3LBI? Are you interested in doing the N1CC?
But what day is that for?
Well, that's what we're trying to plan. It could be, right now it's just kind of up in the air. I know it's the 1st of May today. Could possibly be the weekend of the 16th, which is the 2-4 weekend, or the 23rd or the 30th. I'm not sure what you got planned for the 2-4 weekend, which is May the 16th.
Well, May the 16th is my son's wedding, so that's a no-go.
No, that'll definitely be an issue. So if you're interested, the 23rd or 30th is available for the 2 weekends after.
Yeah, we'll have to see, play that one out by ear, only because with me working up in Barrie and my weekends being tied up with stuff, we'll see. We'll play that one out by ear. See how it goes.
No, understand 100%, no problem. I just want to throw it out there to make sure everybody's, kind of what their time frame is and what they can do. Yeah, and I understand working in Barrie, your time's kind of, you want the home time, working 5 days away, and then you only get 2 at home, so it's time for home. So you don't want to be pulled away playing radio if you don't have to or whatever, you don't want to at the present time. So quite understandable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Where you get home and it's like I'm trying to catch up on a bunch of stuff. But hey, if I could free up some time, and if I got time, yeah, I definitely show up. So it's going to be kind of if I do show up, it'll be like a last minute thing, right?
Yep, well, we'll keep you informed what's going on. So, all right, let me ask Thomas, VE3 CEU. Thomas, are you interested in doing the N1CC? Okay, we've lost him. What about your availability, Dave? What's anything? Are you interested in going back out to help everybody or help the other folks with the N1CC, VA3CP, VE3LBI?
Yeah, VA3CP. I have no problem going out and helping the guys. I've got the N1CC a couple of 3 times over, but I don't mind doing that again to help the guys that have not. The 16th of May is the Ontario Narrowgate Show, and our Model Railroad Club is involved in that, and that is an all-day event. And the 23rd, I am going to a barbecue at 2 p.m., so I have to leave here about 1. So that probably won't work out. And it's my son's wedding anniversary, too. So that kind of messes things up.
I guess we haven't really, I'm just marking down some dates, or Mac is there. It may not be the 16th, it may be the 17th, which is a Sunday. We haven't already confirmed going on a Saturday or a Sunday, but I'm just mentioning weekends. So you might be available on the 17th if it was a possibility then.
That's a long weekend, and there's a very good chance that we will have family over here on the 17th. I would be okay till maybe 1:30 or 2-ish on that day. Oh, wait a minute. 17th? No, I'm supposed to be in Port Colborne for that afternoon. But that's up in the air at the moment. But I'm on the operating crew for an operating session in Port Colborne that day.
Okay, question 23rd, 30th. What about those 2 days? Again, weekend. That's a Saturday I'm picking. It could be a Sunday. It could be the 24th or May 31, I guess it is, or whatever in May, or no, how many days in May? 30 days, I guess, in May.
Okay, 23rd is a no. That's 1 o'clock leave home. I have to leave here by 1. 30th is open at the moment, but it's my daughter's birthday on the 1st, so I would not be surprised. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be celebrating her birthday on the 30th, 31st. I don't know which day. Oh, 31st, I got to teach a Peak Historical Society meet. Lots of stuff going on the weekend. Then the next weekend, I got Maple Leaf Modelers meet. So
just a kind of an idea. Anybody else got anything else? Weekends or anything they want to throw towards it? Come on in, VE3LBI.
VE3IUK.
Go ahead, VE3IUK, VE3LBI.
Just from everything I've been listening to and been scratching down here, if it works out for Steve and Mark, I think it's looking like the weekend of the 30th. It would be looks going to be good for everybody.
Okay, Mac, there's a little spot for you. You can put a little check mark. May not be the final check mark, but a spot.
Noted. Yep. And obviously, we'll have to bring our sunscreen because it's going to be hot. By that time, we expect to be firmly situated in air conditioning weather.
Okay, all right. Well, just a start anyways to see what's happening. So, I guess Wade did get a chance to check in with this. I know he said he'd just be YouTube there. He was going to try. So, we'll see what happens.
And we also have a YouTube check-in from VE3QU. Sounds like he's also got an interest in model railroads and stuff.
Yep, I just spotted that. Just looked up at it, so we'll say hello to VE3QU. All right, what else we got here? Anybody else got any comments or anything you want to throw on the table? We're just wrapping it up shortly. We got about 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, just one more comment regarding the N1CC.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, once we determine what weekend we're going to do it and then it's on for sure, then the next move will be to figure out, do we want to cover the east end or the west end of the city? Because we want to make sure that the parks are reachable for all of us by ground wave. So I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but that would be the next step.
No, absolutely. And I guess I'm not sure about your buddy there, Mac, VA3VXT, but you might want to mention to him and see. I don't know whether he signed up for POTA yet. I know he's just getting his feet wet, so don't want to push him into the deep end.
Well, he's usually the one that goes in ankles deep, head first.
Yeah, okay. Well, all right, then. Might want to mention to him. I mean, most cases, I'm not sure who would be, let me see here. I think almost all of us probably have an N1CC, but for the few that need to get out and either finish theirs or even start it, would be a good opportunity.
Yeah, and there is a cluster of parks on the west side that should have fairly good propagation between them. So we'll probably pick 4 or 5 of those.
Okay, sounds good. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Anybody got anything else you want to add before we do a wrap up?
VE3BK.
There's Rick. Come on in, Rick. VE3BK, VE3LBI.
Hey, there's 3 nets I checked into, or I tried to, tonight, so I hope I'm not too late. Sounds like you're just about wrapping up there, Larry. Anyway, I just checked into with Randy there on 3.760, and he's southwest of Lake Algonquin Park. So anyway, not sure what's going on. I put in my 2 cents there a while ago on this frequency there in Mac it was right away there, and I was saying about about us Canadians there. Anyway, the weather, we're still waiting for summer to come, and I guess mornings you're wearing a winter coat, and the afternoons you're wearing a t-shirt. So anyway, that's the way it goes. And I think it was every kind of junk was in there before, talking about people, some of the old actors that were in the Second World War that they never really told anybody that they were, but like Jimmy Stewart was a bomber pilot, so that was it. Larry BK.
Yep, thanks, Rick, for the check-in there tonight. Yeah, we're just wrapping it up now. It's close enough to 9 o'clock. We usually shut her down about 9 o'clock, run for about an hour. So I'm going to start the actual 7-3 round now. Any other check-ins before I do a 7-3 round? Last call, VE3LBI. Okay, nothing heard. VE3EKJ, VE3LBI, 7-3 round, Bill.
Okay. I'm still not used to being number one and on time. But I've been puttering around on my bench while I've been reading the mail with everybody. Found a bag of stuff that I didn't know I had. So long ago I picked these up that I had totally forgotten. But I don't think there's too many of the guys on tonight except maybe Rick, who would know what I'm talking about. Little plastic bag. And in there are these devices. They are like a thick postage stamp size. They have 2 prongs. One says 3570, another says 7075, then there's 7.100, 7.125, 7.140, and I'll give it away. FT243. I gotta dust off a boat anchor for these, Larry.
Okay, very good, Bill. Thanks for that. VE3UK, VE3LBI, doing a 7-3 round, Bill.
Hey, 7-3, everybody. I'll be sticking around for a while. Thanks a lot for doing it.
Okay, somebody else in there? Go ahead, VE3LBI.
VA3NFG, late check-in.
Gotcha, Steve. Okay, maybe we can answer a question for us. I'll see. I can just barely pick you up. Weekend-wise, are you off the long weekend and then work the next weekend and then off the next weekend or that? So that's the 16th, 23rd, and the 30th. What weekends are you off?
I still haven't counted it, but I think Mark piped up on both our behalves there. I think we were off the 16th, 17th weekend, and we're working the 23rd, 24th, and then the following one we both have off.
Okay, unfortunately, Mark's not in here tonight. He's probably under the weather still with his problem he's got. So, okay, that's what we had thought. It looks like we're probably looking at the 30th, like this is not in stone, for the N1CC event then, the 30th of May.
30th, okay, all right. I'm going to pull out my calendar now, but I remember him counting off those weekends, and he says we're off that weekend, but I will double check as soon as I take my jacket off. I just got in the door here, and if it is that 30th, then that'd be good. All right, thanks, Larry. VA3NFG.
Okay, Steve, we're going to run down the list, just finishing off the 7-3 round, but wait for your answer. Okay, Bill, you're up. VE3UK, VE3LBI, doing a 7-3.
7-3, Larry, thanks a lot for everybody that checked in, and I'll be sticking around for a little bit after, so everybody wants to talk.
Okay, Mac, VA3LW, VE3LBI, 7-3.
Did you want the long version or the short version?
Yeah, give me an in-between version.
I don't know how to do that. All right. Well, I'll be sticking around as well for the after chat. And I think the ink is starting to dry on May the 30th. And I'm starting to formulate a plan of about half a dozen parks that are all in the same region. And I guess the only downfall is there's only a couple that are going to be end first. So we'll try to put the newbies at the end first so that they can build up their N1CC park count quicker than the old timers that have got too many parks to their name already. Anyways, all good here. Looking forward to getting my hands on the IC7000 tomorrow. So maybe by tomorrow night, you might see a different image on the screen. I hope all that goes well. Anyways, thanks for doing this one, Larry. Certainly appreciate it, and we'll turn it back to you.
Okay, now VA3BT VE3LBI 73.
Yep, good night there, Larry. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for being there. 7-3 and good night, all. VA3BT.
VA3CP VE3LBI 73. And Larry 73 all. We have a handheld on upstairs. Hot chocolate time. VA3CP.
Hi.
VE3 ZGC VE3LBI 73 round, Jason.
VE3LBI, VE3 ZGC 73 Larry, everybody else on net. Thanks for running this one, my friend, and I will be clear.
Okay, gives you an idea. Possibly looks like you're looking at the 30th too, Jason, so it might help you out a bit there. I don't know if Thomas is still with us or not again. VE3 CEU, Thomas, VE3LBI. We're just doing a 7-3 round, Thomas.
VE3LBI, VE3CU. Yeah, I heard you trying to call me there. I was on the cell phone when you were asking that question there. This is both conversations, but yeah, I'd be able to help out on the 30th. If that'll help. That'd be about the best date for me.
Okay, no problem. Sounds good. Yep, I didn't know if you had left or not. Cell phone more important. So, all right. So Mac will make a note of that. And thanks for joining in tonight, Thomas. Garnett, I don't know if you're around. VE3GMP, VE3LBI. Just doing a 7-3 round, Garnett. Okay, I got Rick, VE3BK, VE3LBI. Just doing a 7-3 round, Rick. VA3NFG, VE3LBI. Steve, if you're still with us, did you find out what's going on with your calendar, VE3LBI?
The 30th work for Mark and myself.
Okay, thanks, Steve. We're just doing a 7-3 round. I'll mark you in 7-3 then. And they're going to stick around after, but I'm sure Mac caught that, so the 30th is good for you guys.
Yeah, roger that. I'm at a different window here. So, yeah, the 30th of May works for both of us there. So, pencil us in. I'm not sure what park, but obviously it's going to be one that I haven't got yet. So, okay, very good. And I do have some free admissions for anybody that will be joining me at the park I'm at, or any other park. We'll just have to make arrangements to get you the voucher. But I've got 3 available.
Okay, very good, Steve. All right, well, I'm sure I'll mention that through the nets through the week or whatever, or even on the Friday nights that are we about it. So, okay, I'm going to say also our YouTube here. I've got VA3FMB, Wade, say 7-3 to you. And I don't think Mark's listening anymore, but I'll try VA3MHV. Mark, if you're listening there, 7-3. And also VE3QE, 7-3 to you, Scott, also. With that, any other check-ins? Last call, VE3LBI.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot Portable. Good evening, Larry.
Yeah, come on in, Vern.
Walk. It's 5 degrees. Supposed to get into negative territory tonight. I think so, anyway. So yeah, I'll be really glad when it starts to warm up and stays warm. Back to you, Larry.
Yes, I heard, and possibly frost up north. I don't think we're going to get in the city. I think everything's warmed up too much for it. So possibly, maybe on my garage roof, possibly, but I don't even think that's going to happen. I don't know. I usually go outside around now or a little bit later even and look up in the sky. If there's no clouds, it's going to be a cold night. If you got clouds, it's going to be a warmer night.
Well, up here in Waterdown, I'm looking and I don't see a cloud in the sky. A couple of stars, and there's still just that last little bit of sunshine there. But yeah, looking clear here.
That means we're probably going to have a cold night.
No doubt, Larry. Anyway, won't hold you up. Appreciate you picking me up there at the last minute. Hope everyone has a nice rest of the day and a great weekend. VA3CRF.
Okay, thanks very much. I also got a check-in here for VA3DCS. Dave there, it says late check-in. So, all right, any other check-in before I wrap it up? VE3LBI. Last call. Any other check-ins? VE3LBI. Last call. Okay, that's it, folks. Thanks again for joining in on the Friday night ZOE Ragchew. Once again, I just write down the call signs and the names. You guys put the conversation and make the net. Once again, I'd like to thank Terry, VE3IQL, for using that repeater. So with that, Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India, turn repeater back to normal use. VE3LBI clear.
And that'll bring the live stream to a close as well. Until tomorrow night when we pick it up at 7 p.m. here for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net. We'll bid you all 7 threes. That's how we say goodbye.